oh snap, my wife never dealt with this. I was like, your mom, you gonna have to feel this. Call your boy. Trauma. You gonna have to feel this one. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's no other marker. There's no book. There has been no example of how to go through this. So you're going to have to go through it, and you're going to have to go through it the mature way. And I decided to jump back into going through it, which is not something that I'm fond of. As it pertains to death, like they're like legitimately gone. They're good. You're done. You're still cooking, like on some for real. You feel me? So it is like, it'll be a mental illness to be distraught over something that's gone. Maybe we should think about why we are mad they're gone, or there's some things that were left unsaid, some things that were left undone. You understand what I'm saying? But when you understand the cycle of things, you understand that you have to be prepared. Then what are we really talking about? That's my mindset. That's as crazy as it sounds. That is my mindset. Not a lot of people share that mindset. My wife is one of those people. So I felt it. And in feeling it, I gave in to the emotional eating. In feeling it, in praying, I asked God for a certain strength to be there for my family a certain way. And what I asked for, I believe it happened to be in alignment with what God wanted, because it just happened so beautifully the way that I had intended. But I hadn't lost somebody that close to me in a while. I grew up in that crib. Like, that's my grandmother. That was big. And then when I decided to feel it, I felt it, man. And I felt a lot of the other ones that I just, I did away with, and it didn't sneak up on me. It was just like, yo, if I'm in here, all of y'all pull up and like, look at me now. And in that, still working out. We transitioning, so I canceled my gym membership. So still working out from home, still doing my morning praise and all of that. But I stopped abiding. I stopped abiding and started doing what I wanted. I started giving into the emotional eating, and it was little things here and there. And it wasn't sugary drinks. It was vitamin waters. It wasn't steak and all that, but it was roast beef sandwiches. Here and there, a little bit. But the just a little bits got me to where I am. I've never been a person that was doing too much. The just a little bits got me here. So the thought that just a little bit was going to get me out of what I'm currently in was crazy. My little brother said, I'm doing just a little bit better than last time. And I said, if you're doing just a little bit better than last time, you're headed in the right direction. Me giving into doing just a little bit of the things that I know are detrimental to my psyche, that's not okay. It's never okay. That's going against your word. You have a certain principle set, a certain routine, and excommunicating sugar. Yeah, we gotta use the words like excommunicating. It was a part of my life, religious life. Excommunicating sugar and steaks and all these processed foods is a lifestyle. So the quality of your life can be improved. I haven't been in the gym all year. We're heading into May, bro. I haven't been in the gym all year because when my grandmother passed and I decided to feel it, right? All the things that are all right, because my wife had never experienced that. So I wanted to show her something. All okay. I decided to be weak, and I emotionally ate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Big L. I started emotional eating, and I thought it was filling my love tank. Even though I had set things up in a way to help me remember that it was taken away from my love tank. But I got so low. I got so lost in the feeling of it all that I thought harming myself was adding to my love tank. That's where I messed up. I forgot everything that I had been through up until those weak moments, those moments where I needed help and I was supposed to get down and pray. I was supposed to call my accountability partners. I was supposed to like text my wife real quick and be like, yo, this, that, the third, we could talk about this later because you one of the women that you are the only woman that can really hold me accountable. I didn't do any of the things that I have practiced prior to this moment, prior to this season that has protected me, that has kept me safe. You understand what I'm saying? I made a decision. I cut myself off from abiding and I decided to feel. I decided to feel it and let the feelings take me where the feelings wanted to take me, and that's wrong. That's not me operating in my word. That is not an integral man. That is not the man that has the wife that he wants, the wife that does all of the things, that is submissive, that thinks he's this, that, the third. He don't emotionally eat, my boy. When he knows emotionally eating puts him in the state of walking around with a cane. I've been walking around with this all year. Last week was bro. So through the emotional eating and, you know, eating the sugary foods and dabbling in some red meat here and there and taking a shot of alcohol. I hadn't drunk alcohol in a year. But at my niece's birthday party, I decided that, we could turn up and drink. No, bro, no. You can't. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna yell at y'all. But you can't. You want different things, bro. So no, you can't. You can't take a shot. No, it's not just a shot for you. It's not just a blunt for you. It's not just a plate of food for you. It's not just the club for you. It's not just sex for you, bro. I was weak, and that weakness triggered a gout attack, bro. And when I have gout, I can't walk. The accumulation of uric acids in your body's inability to process or filter it out. It attacks certain joints in your feet. It could go up to your back. Bro, dude, in my toe alone, this has debilitated me 2 points, bro, for weeks that I cannot move. But this time we're moving. I'm like, all right, cool. Gout, 3 days max. I'm gonna stay off it. After I made that mistake, I made the mistake, right? That was me forgetting who I was. And then instantly I remembered who I was, and me remembering who I am caused me so much more pain after forgetting. Because when I remembered who I was, I had a decision to not show up all the way for a couple of days because of something I did prior, or to show up not at my typical 100%, but at the 100% that I could show up at, because me being in my feelings and triggering a gout attack in the process of us transitioning across the country, that's not my wife's problem. It's not. So me personally, I wasn't even trying to jack none of that. You feel me? Ego. A certain amount of your ego is healthy. I needed my wife to see that through death, even in failing, I didn't mess up on purpose. I fell flat on my face. I would never put myself in a predicament to trigger a gout attack. Never. But after that happened, that had nothing to do, me putting myself in that predicament had nothing to do with my wife and what she needed from her husband. I made the decision to show up no matter what. She will see me limping. She will see me icing. She will see ego. But I needed my wife to know a thing. There's going to be certain times when my ego won that one. My ego won that one because you know what I'm going to do is show up for the people that I love. Trauma. It took me 3 months to heal, bro. 3 months is so much time, and in that time, like, for some reason, when my body don't work, when I can't walk, when I can't gym, when I can't work out, when I can't get on my knees and pray and spend time with my father, I feel disconnected. I don't know how else to put it. I do a certain amount of things to stay connected. And when I couldn't do the things that make me me, I felt disconnected. It was 2022, it was my last gout attack that I said, I'm never putting myself in a predicament again to not be able to do the thing. And I'm not going to stop myself. Yo, bro, 3 months, me stopping and chilling for 4 days, doing absolutely nothing and letting it heal would have done more damage to my psyche. I believe it. I truly believe it. So the thought of messing up and triggering that gout attack, that had nothing to do with anybody around me. So I still had to operate. I still had to be me. I still had to have those conversations to say, hey, this is where I'm at now because, you know what I'm saying? Because I decided to give into my emotions, because I wasn't as strong as I thought I was, because I'm not as integral of a man as I thought it was. I missed a couple shots, baby. Humble yourself, you feel me? But through that process, bro, God is a different type of dude, cause I even seen the way my wife showed up. And I think when I was done I'm in college, I noticed I got a 74 my last class. And I saw the amount of work that I opted out of doing. I saw the amount of times that I was late or absent for a class. And I'm like, yo, Mom, you gonna see what this doing? You gonna see how it's you kind of letting it flow in the different parts of your life, in the different areas, bro. You kind of gotta turn that faucet off, bro. You getting water everywhere, my man. Crying all over the place. And you just got these sheets, my boy. What are you doing? And I'm like, oh. I had to admit to being weak. I had to admit to, at that moment in time, not being a man of my word. There are opportunities that present themselves to, expose pieces of who you are to yourself and the people around you. That's why it's important to be around people that love you, so there's not much embarrassment with being transparent and vulnerable, because there's a certain trust developed there. I have a goodwill wife, a great will wife, a God-loving wife, God-fearing, God-revering wife. So that helps me make the decision to not give into those anxious, depressive, all of these thoughts that possess us, these demons, if you will, that possess us, because they're not God-given spirits. These are not God-given things. He don't want us to live in that state of life, that state of being. That's not for us. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't give us that, so get rid of it. Remove it. But I had to admit to myself that eating emotionally was wrong. I had to admit that, I didn't want to do school. I never wanted to do school. I caught myself. This is towards the end. This is towards the end of this specific class, this particular class. And I'm like, I don't want it. I finally said it out loud. I've been feeling it. My grandmother had died last class. I had been feeling it last class, but I did my thing, right? But this class is setting. I said, I don't feel like doing my homework. I don't feel like doing a discussion or whatever. And I said to myself, Pops ain't even had to say nothing to me. I said to myself, since when we started adding your feelings into how we gonna live life? Since when did your feelings become a thing that was so solid, that was so consistent, that's what we were gonna base life, moving forward off of? Your feelings? You, Mr. Depression Man, Mr. Suicidal Man, who didn't know what life had to offer until about 3-4 years ago? You? Basing it off of your feelings. No, we're not doing that. It didn't work then. That's why we stopped doing it then, right? Why now do you think that he's gonna let you down this time? After everything you've been through, why do you think he's gonna let you down now? Why do you think you need to lean on the gummy bears, Marv, now? After the year plus of consistency, you started building up, and now you need the sugary foods, the alcohol, the red meat, the shellfish. Whoa. Trauma. I will say this, anytime you hear me talking about myself, or the strength, or where it comes from, where I get it's not from me working out. It's not from me reading. It's not from me it's from my relationship with God. Do the work. Do the work. We here, yo. P.B.M.P. Pieces, bring me peace. Pieces, bring me peace. Pieces, bring me peace. So let's start a conversation and let's start handing out pieces and receiving pieces and see how it fits in relation to our puzzle. And remember, like, it might not go there. It might not go there. Keep it above. You probably don't even know what the entire picture look like. You are a piece of a whole. Your perspective is limited. Save the judgments. We all got things. We all do. Let's talk. Let's talk. And leave all of the pettiness, all of the cursing, all of that. Oh, and your mother, and that's why I'm gonna cut your face and next time I'll leave all of that. Leave all of that. Cause after that, right? You still have to have a conversation. If you want to be like peaceful, like, do you really want to walk around like that? I know you hurt. I know that they was wrong. I know they was wrong. You start talking about molestation, you find out everybody's been molested. Everybody got touched a little bit at least. It's not just you. The shame that you feel associated with that, leave it where it was. Leave it there. They ain't doing nothing for you no more. God forgive you, but you're stronger than him. And your word is worth more than his, and you carry more authority, right? No, so what are we doing then? Like, let's stop arguing with facts and let's get in tune with what we already know, who we already are, the things that they tried to make us forget about ourselves. Trauma. It's a wrap. I wasn't even looking over this, so the facial expressions is probably